Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you're applying for a US visa, the wait time at the moment is all the way in 2025. Yes, 2025, that's the wait time to get an visa interview. That's 2025. But they have made it a little bit easier for some particular people. So you can apply for an emergency. So the emergency, you can get a date in like 2 3 days. That's an emergency. But always remember, what you think is an emergency might not be an emergency to the US consulates, the officers. It will not be an emergency for them. So what you will do is you have to provide enough evidence to them that yes, this is an emergency. So emergency is like a medical treatment. If you have humanitarian parole, you can also apply for the emergency. But if you don't have any emergency, please don't worry yourself because they will deny it. So, like you're applying for your family member is sick, needs medical treatment in the United States. Yes, you can bring that family member here. You can apply for an emergency for that family member with the details, with all the information, the doctor's reports, the hospitals, the treatment, what type of treatment, the money involved. That you have to provide everything written, and you send it to them in kind of like in a PDF, in a PDF form when you go into the visa portal. Yes, you forward it to them, and also when the person is going for an interview, you also make a copy. They'll have to make a copy and send it to the interview. Yeah. So for the emergency, you'll be getting like 2 3 days to schedule for an interview, and also if you applied for an F1 student visa, and the school that you applied for have accepted you, they have processed everything. You don't have to wait for that long. You don't have to wait. Like, let's say you applied, your school begins in the next 30 days. Your interview, when you check the interview date is all the way in 2025. You won't be able to make it. So what you have to do is apply for an emergency. So you will let the consulate know that, hey, you applied for so and so university. You have been approved. Everything has been paid for. This is your document. You have to provide all your document. The school starts in this date, but the interview date that is available is not favorable. So yes, you can apply for, you can use that to also to apply for the emergency. Yes, of course they will understand, because if the interview date is all the way in 2025 and your school starts in 30 days, of course that's also required as an emergency. You can also use that as an emergency. So apart from that, if you don't have any emergency, then hey, you just have to go through the normal process. So if you are coming through a tourist visa, you want to come and visit the United States, you have to go through the normal process. K1 visa, you go through the normal process. Bringing your family member here, you have to go through the normal process. So with this, it's kind of difficult. It's very, very frustrating at the moment. So as you can see, when you come into the visa page, you can say apply for a US visa in Ghana. You see the appointment schedule, January 2025. The available date over there is on the 30th. That's one availability. So, and there is no any availability in February 2025. There's no any availability in March. So we go forward. The next availability is all the way in April 24th and May 1st. That's just one. Then you go June. There is nothing in June. There is nothing in July. So as you can see, the only availability is what we have over here. That's in 2025. As I said earlier on, 2025. So if you think you can wait for that long, then hey, oh well, go ahead and put in your application. But if you think you can't wait, just go ahead. If you can use that money for business or something, just go ahead and use it to do something for yourself. But if you have that patience and want to do it, then fine, go ahead and do it. So if you want to apply for the emergency, this is the emergency request instructions. These are the instructions that you need to read and understand. It said ESTA denied. So you just read it. The next one is medical emergency. As I said earlier on, if you have a medical emergency, and student or exchange visitor. So as I said, student can also apply for that. So also funeral or death. If one of your relatives is in the United States and they pass away, and you are being invited to come to the funeral in the United States, you can also apply for the emergency. And also urgent business travel. If you have a business, maybe you have a business meeting, you can also use the emergency. If you don't have any um, regular visa available, so out of now there is no any regular visa available that is immediately, or everything is all the way in 2025, so you can use the emergency request instructions if you fall in any of these categories. You know, if you fall in any of these categories, you just click on here. So let me take you back to the medical emergency. It says the purpose of travel is to obtain emergency medical care or to accompany a relative or employer for emergency medical care. Essential documentations: a letter from your doctor in Ghana describing the medical condition and why you are seeking medical care in the United States. A letter from the physician or hospital in the United States indicating that they are prepared to treat the case and providing the approximate cost of the treatment. Evidence of how you will pay for the cost of the treatment. So this is very, very important. If you are trying to use the medical emergency, you have to make sure you meet all the requirements or you will get denied. So if you fall on all any of these, just click on. It says as you can see here, it says the first available date would be 7 2022. That's June 7th, and today is June 6th. As I record this video, today is June 6th. That's on a Monday, so which is Tuesday. You'll be granted an interview. You click on here, put in the travel date, the date you want to travel. You put in the date over here, and the reason for emergency. So you just select one of these. So if it's medical, any reason that you, and you put in brief explanation of emergency. Put in the brief explanation of emergency, and you attach the emergency evidence. At least if you are going to submit it, at least it should be 5. It can be less than 5, but the maximum should be 5. So you have to upload, attach all the documents over here, then you submit it. Yeah, so this is how you request for US visa emergency. So as I showed you on the laptop, yes, as you can see, all the way in 2025, and it's very, very stressful. Very, very, very stressful at the moment. So I think what the US immigration is just trying to tell everybody trying to get into the United States is just simple: stay in your country. That's what I think they are trying to tell people, because all the way in 2025 is something. Is really, like, I don't know the word to use, but the simple term that I can use is they're trying to tell you, hey, just sit in your country and do whatever you want to do in your country. But due to what is going on, there will be a lot of denial. So if you are lucky and you get approved, I will urge you to come immediately to the United States. Just come immediately if you have the means. Come immediately, because due to the backlog and due to low staffing, it's kind of like they are rushing to catch up. So any least mistake you do, you get denied. So what I'll tell you is, when you're going for an interview, go with all the necessary documents. It's better to go with enough documents, even document that they have not even asked for. Go with it rather than going with a less documents, and you will get yourself stranded in the middle of the road, and get denied for unnecessary things that can be prevented. So this is a little bit of advice that I want to share with you, and also enlighten you on what is going on in terms of the US interview date, and also which type of people that can apply for an emergency to get into the United States. So thank you guys for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in next video. Bye.